So as I said, man, this was just a farm that was split up. We got 46 acres. This was all just one big open field used for row crops. This and that as well. We're just trying to convert this into our own little piece of heaven. This winter, we plan to put in trees, fruit trees, right there. Got some big plans for this big open field right here. That is to come later on. This winter, all this field here to your right, that's going to be fenced in, and I'll have cows out here as well. This will be used for hay fields, for their winter forage, and also, as I said, a place for them just to give this area in the back a break. Kudzu Valley Farms is named after, obviously, Kudzu, the kudzu vine. If you look ahead of us here, this hillside is nothing but kudzu. Now, believe it or not, I had the name Kudzu Valley Farms before we came out here, because the place where I grew up as a kid, a lot of kudzu was like this as well. Kudzu was brought over from Japan back in the early 1900s. It's supposed to be some form of erosion control. Ironically, it just takes over everything though. I've got trees right here that have been smothered out by kudzu. Trees across on the other side of the stream. You can see where the kudzu has creeped over top of them and starting to smother them out as well. I say all that to say that kudzu is supposed to be helpful. The cows love it as a forage, but it's also a nuisance, a very big nuisance weed. This fence I had put up here in the last 2 months, 4 strands of high tensile electric wire. At the moment I don't have juice on it because these cows we have now are pretty tame. They're not really even concerned about getting out. Someone told me when I was younger, if you got cows, plenty of feed and plenty of water, you'll never have to worry about them getting away. So they've got plenty to eat. There's water in the stream, so they're not trying to escape. As I said, the fence is on the backside, probably 20 acres that are fenced in now. I'm going to take you through the woods here. We cut a little trail for our fence to go through and to also give the cows a little bit of shade. Watch your head, don't want you to get popped by a limb. Juice. This is the hotter part of the day, so I'm pretty sure the cows are probably going to be in the shade right now. I was out early this morning and they were out eating. Watch your head. My intentions at some point is I'm going to have a pond out here as well. It's going to be back here in the woods. There was a pond, from my understanding, that was here, but the dam broke on it some 13 years ago or more. Once the dam broke, the pond drained itself and the previous owner just never concerned himself with putting it back. A lot of plans, just I'm trying to be smart about it. Think with my head and not with my heart. The old me would have been thinking with my heart and just started throwing money, this, and this. Yeah, the old pond was, my understanding was right in here somewhere. I don't know exactly how it was, but I hope to bring it back. Hope to bring it back. If you look, you see the fence here. I haven't got it completely around the whole property. As I said, it's probably 20 to 22-ish acres, maybe 25 that's actually fenced in. We'll go this direction. Like I said, 4 strands, high tensile electric wire. Got the white fiberglass timeless fence post. I like those because unlike the metal T-posts, these fiberglass posts will not ground out the electricity. The wire itself actually goes through the holes within the post. There are holes on the post that are like every 3 inches pre-drilled. At my other location, the home place, every time an insulator would break, the wire would be laying against the metal post, and all of a sudden, all the juice was just zapped away from it. I will not have the issue using those fiberglass posts. Things don't always go as the way you want it to. You see all this dead ryegrass here now. I wanted to have the cows out here in April to May so the cows could eat this, but we had a lot of rain prior to me building the fence, and that kept my forestry mulcher from coming out and trimming his path, which in essence held up my person that came out here with their post driver and drove in the wooden post, which then kept me from getting the other guys out here to put up the wire and driving in the T-post. Certain things I'm just learning you can't control. It's frustrating to want to be able to do something, but you can't do it because of Mother Nature and other forces. But this has taught me you got to be patient, because if you get upset, all you're doing is making yourself mad. We're going underneath another limb, so you're gonna have to watch your head again. I gotta get out here with go buy a pair of nippers and loppers and trim these limbs back. But as you see, I've got the fence through the woods here. This is actually a trail that the previous owner already had, so it's working out great for me. I just brought the fence right through here. This is roughly a 3.5 acre field we're coming up on right now. I've been debating on what to do with this one. There's a warm season grass called blue stem that grows well here in North Carolina. I've spoken with someone at the North Carolina Wildlife Division, and they suggested I might try that. It provides a really high yield of hay and forage with using virtually no fertilizer or lime. So I'm thinking seriously about doing that, trying that out on this little small field. As you can see, the guys did a pretty good job on putting the fence up. I didn't go down into the woods as far as I wanted to, because I still go that direction a couple 100 feet, but if you look, it's a pretty good drop off. You can't really see it, but it goes down the hill. And that would have been useless for me to come in and fence that in, because number one, creating a path back through there, like this right here. If you look to your right, this made a little narrow path down through there, good enough for the fence. And we'll see it the other side when we come down to the bottom. But I can see the cows have really come through here, and they've been eating the kudzu, pulling it off of the trees. That's going to help to salvage a few trees. Looking right there to your right, you see all the kudzu, how it creeps up the trees?
Oh yeah.
Again, cows love it. Trees don't love it. All it's going to do is smother those trees out and they'll eventually die. But the cows are coming in now and eating away at the bottom. So hopefully it'll slow it down. I'm not going to say it'll stop it, but it won't grow as well. For whatever reason, this area out here is overly abundant with black walnut trees. We have black walnut trees all around this property. My wife and I have said, man, we could find some way of getting these nuts before the squirrels get them. Oak trees, sycamore, maple. I'm just rambling on here, folks.
That's a lot of trees.
Yeah, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop because I know some, but I don't know all of them.
Give us a history lesson.
Yeah, look. Let me stay in my lane. Stick with what it is I do know.
Just a little National Geographic activity going on.
I know just enough to get myself in trouble, but not enough to be an expert at it. Now, at the moment, I only have 5 cows. Prices were really up earlier this year, so we sold a few. We're going to get more. I've got 2 others that aren't here. We have 3 here along with our donkey, and they are all somewhere laying low. I figured I would have run across them, but now they are somewhere in the cut laying low. If they're anywhere close by, they usually would have walked out of the woods by now. They've only been out here now for a couple weeks, but they've really become acclimated to this area. They like it. They really seem to like it. And I'm just glad to have them here on site as opposed to driving a half hour to go visit them at the home location. Now it's just a matter of a couple minutes time and I'm right there with them. Again, you see all the kudzu growing up along the trees. They've really eaten this down. All of this was high like that is in there. They've started to clear a path out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they really eaten it down. Next door here, my neighbor has agreed to let the cows in there on his little piece there, and so they can clean it up for him. It's a lot of kudzu. Yeah. Let me see where they at. Sally! Woo! Sally! Okay. They'll pop up. They're somewhere laying low. They're just getting the lay of the land. They're just starting to get the feel for it. You come out here one time, that's probably where I see them at the most, right in there. Keep in mind the cows and the donkey, they like to come out when it's cool. And typically I'm coming in 6 o'clock in the evening, 5, 6 in the evening, and it's still warm out this time of year. They'll come out right before it's dark. They'll come out early in the morning. I was out here early this morning and they were out here eating. Right now, they are in the woods somewhere. Somewhere.
Looking directly at us.
Mm-hmm.
All this is kudzu.
Yes. Again. Funny thing is, I had this name Kudzu Valley Farms before we ever bought this. We came out here and we liked it. We really liked it. Say! Woo! There is a really nice stream of water that's down in there. You cannot see it because of the kudzu. You come out here during the winter months when kudzu is green right now. I'll say October, temperature starts to drop. It starts to kind of fade away. After the first frost, it dies off. I say dies off. Dies means it won't come back. It goes dormant. It'll come back in June when it gets really hot. When grasses and everything are turning brown, kudzu thrive in hot weather. The hotter it is, the greener that stuff's gonna be. That's weird, but it thrives. And the cows love it. It's got a lot of protein in it. The only thing I don't like about it is only here from, like I said, June until, let's just say, mid to late October. So you only got 5 months that it's here. The rest of the time it's brown. And when it turns brown, you go walking through that, man, you'll stir up a cloud of dust just walking through it. It'll make you sneeze and carry on, at least it does for me. But then, like I said, when it comes back in the summer, it's green. That's forage I know the cows will love. They'll eat it. So most farmers are trying to run away from kudzu, don't like it. It's a nuisance weed. I'm actually looking for someone that's got it so I can fence it in and put cows in there. Yeah. If we go back here, behind me, you'll be able to see the difference in what it was before and how it is now. You gotta be careful with kudzu. You gotta lift your feet up high. If you walk with your feet normal, you'll trip over it because it's vines. Those vines will trip you up and make you fall. I found that out way too many times the hard way. I want you to watch your step out here. You see I threw on some rubber boots. See what I mean? See that big vine right there? I was about to do a header on camera. And believe me, I've done a lot of headers. I hate to admit it. You just want to be careful back here. All right, I see some of Sally's road apples, so watch that right there. Walk around it. This project here is something I'm going to be working with the NRCS, Natural Resources and Conservation Service, part of the USDA. They actually will help you with getting your cows out of the streams. They don't want your cows in the streams, walking, pooping. You know, I will say cows aren't the brightest of animals. Yeah, watch yourself. Got a nice, pretty stream of water running down through there. And it actually originates right there on my neighbor's property. Somehow the spring feeds it into here and it curves all the way down through there. Hopefully the cows will eat some of this away. Kudzu is supposed to help with erosion, but unfortunately, it didn't do a whole hell of a lot out here. Well, if you look, you can't see it now because the kudzu is all grown down there. But there's a major drop off. There's a reason you see I've got a wire, electric wire over there. I weed eated it, put the wire there with the intention of keeping the cows from going up to the edge over there, because there's some hellacious holes in there, some hellacious holes. Before I put the fence up, I would drive my side-by-side down in there, and all of a sudden, one of these numbers here, the front end started to kind of go down with me, like, ooh, let me back the hell out here. Over there on the edge, that's probably an 8-foot drop. You can't really see it from here, but that's like an 8-foot drop. Cows are smart though. A lot smarter than a lot of humans when it comes to that. They ain't no danger. But there's a lot of erosion that's going on in here. You know, the NRCS is telling me that they probably will be able to help me out. They should be able to help me out. The weird thing about it is they have to see the problem before they'll come out and help you. Even though you can tell it, you can show it to them, they see, yeah, the erosion there, but the whole objective is they want to keep the cows out of the stream. So they had to see my cows in here drinking out of the stream. They know the potential problem there. They see all the erosion, but they have to physically see it. So now I have cows in here so they can physically see it, even though we don't see the cows right now. But yeah, oh yeah, those are kudzu bugs, little green bugs. And there's also mosquitoes in here and everything. So yeah, I'll get you out. I just wanted to show you there is water in there. Be careful, be careful. Like I said, I felt the vine being pulled. I'm not the most, what's the word?
Athletic?
Yeah, my athletic days was about 100 pounds ago and 30 years ago. But yes, sir, you can see the cows. All this kudzu was at that height. But the cows have literally just started eating away. The kudzu was up to head high. And they just managed to come through here and start clearing out. Eventually they'll have all this cleared away. It's coming, it's coming. They are slowly doing their, look at that. I can feel it. Man, don't get me rambling back here because I can talk on this stuff forever. I love this. Sally! See, I done came out here and fed them. They done got good and full. Now they like, yeah, whatever. Ain't got no time for you now. See, normally this is what, 1, 2 o'clock. This time of day normally here lately it's been so hot. You wouldn't want to be outside yourself. So I know come back around 7 o'clock this evening, they'll be out. But for right now, they somewhere just chilling. You can get a little bit of the view of the stream coming down this way. I had to put that right there to prevent them from wanting to crawl underneath it. But yeah, it's a nice, beautiful stream. It's just, like right now, you just can't see it. Now when I get the other side fenced in, they'll be able to come down to this half over there and get water. Man, I love it out here. Some folks will look at us and, man, I would never move out there for whatever reason they have. Like, okay, this is ours. Come out here and this is us. Do what we want, you know? We ain't got to worry about people knowing all your business and trying to watch every little thing you do. Nice and peaceful out here. You'll occasionally hear your gunshots fired off, you know. Might do a little bit myself, but you know, there's no headache out here. Nobody sitting there trying to stay in your business all the time. Like me, I normally wouldn't be out here, you know, empty-handed.
Yeah.
Like right now, you know, like I said, I ain't gonna sit here in the front. I ain't the most swift-footed individuals anyway, and you ain't gonna outrun a bear anyway. You might look at him and think, yeah, I'm gonna outrun him, but a bear can go for a long distance running, you know. Some people say, oh man, you're crazy, you worry about too much. Let's just be realistic. Property goes back down in there into the woods. There's probably another 3 acres of woods right in here. It didn't make sense for me to try to cut a path down all the way through there because I wouldn't have gained any ground for the cows to eat on, and the cost it would have been for me to just go through there and make out a trail for the fence. The woods we went through earlier where that fence line was at, as I said, that was a trail that the previous owner already had through there. And that was really handy. I'm just trying to avoid a whole lot of extra cost.
Yeah.
There's these trees I was talking about earlier, the walnuts, black walnut trees. My goodness. See the black walnuts? Well, they're green now, but the walnuts that are, we got these walnut trees out the wazoo out here. There are oodles and oodles of them everywhere. But my understanding is just not it's not worth it financially. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not worth it. If you find folks that are really wanting to pay money for them, but me personally, the trouble of picking them up off the ground, competing with the squirrels, nah. But yeah, this is our own little piece of heaven out here. Just trying to expand it and figure out how to utilize the land to make a living. I will say we just feel blessed to have it. Definitely feel blessed to have it. But again, have a little pond back in there one day. Just imagine a little small house right there on that little hill overlooking the... That's where my wife wanted us to build initially when we came out here. She wanted to build on that hillside. Baby, you do realize that's over 1,000 feet of driveway. Yeah, that's a lot to maintain. That's well over 1,000 feet.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, probably closer to 1,500. Because I know just from here to where we're at, taking the videos of the stream down there, I think it's roughly 1,400 feet from here to there. 1,300. Yes, let's just say 1,300. That's a long ways. But again, hey buddy, I'm just feel blessed to have this. Feel blessed to have it. That's the I guess the 10-cent tour of Kudzu Valley Farms back here. There's more to come at some point. I guess I could get outside the gate here and show you where the fencing will be. All right, I might as well do that. Excuse the old hobble look. I got a knee that I got to get redone. I got to have a revision on my right knee here, so that's coming. And in the process, all this svelte 300 pounds, you see? Nah. Check back with me a year from now, and I'm hoping to have this down quite a bit. With all the work we got to do on the farm, that's part of my plan, is to get out here and work and just be a little more physically active and get this weight off, grow our food and stuff on the land, have our cows, sheep, whatever. Just enjoy this. Good Lord willing, I'll be around in a few years to really enjoy it. See the erosion that's going on? On the outside, there's a pipe that's here, and it goes across to the other side. Initially, when we bought this, the road was only just about 9 feet wide. There's a 20-foot piece of pipe that was underneath it, but the erosion had happened so much on both sides of the pipe, we could barely get the pickup across. The fields back there hadn't been farmed in a couple of years because the farmer who was using the field up front couldn't get his equipment back there. So that was one of the things that I did, is I bought a second piece of pipe, and instead of it having just 20 feet underneath it, it's got 40 feet. So it's a 40-foot piece across, but the erosion, I had it packed in. He came out here with a big excavator and he packed it down with skid steer and with the excavator, but we had a really bad rain here last year. The water was actually coming over the bridges, and it flooded back here something fierce. It flooded the whole area throughout the county. So when that flooding came, it literally washed away on both sides of my pipe. I still got plenty of room, but water's a bad thing. You don't mess with Mother Nature. She can, Mother Nature, you'd be surprised how much damage water can do. Just looking at it, you wouldn't think it would, but yeah. So that's gonna have to be dealt with again, but that's gonna come at a later time. There's always some kind of expense you find yourself getting into. Right here's the boundary, property line. So I'll just have it come to there. Have a gate right here. And then pretty much where we're driving, right in front of us, there's a property line behind us, or should I say a marker behind us. There's one ahead of us up here. I try to stay off the property line at least 6 feet, 6 to 8 feet, so I can go around the outside edges of it with either a tractor and bush hog or brush hog, or with a lawnmower. Keep the fence line clean. So you have fence all the way up through here. And just literally the fence will go all the way straight ahead of us out to the road. And then the cows will be eating over here. It's gonna look a whole lot different. Like I said, I'm just trying to be smart about it. Trying to be smart about it. Think with my head and not my heart. Once we get all this fenced in, Plan to put some meat birds being turkeys and some chickens, putting them inside what they call chicken tractors, where they're inside of a, however big you want to make it, say a 20 by 20, 10 by 20 area. It's encaged, so it'll keep the predators off of them. But you just come out every few days and you just move your chicken tractors around. We'll be raising our own meat birds to eat. Chickens, turkeys, maybe even a few ducks. Fence line will just literally just come right ahead of us here. You can see I got a few flags standing up in the ground out there. That's going to be 2 apple, 2 fruit, 2 pear trees right ahead of us here. We've got a flag over there, a couple flags on each side of the driveway. Again, we're just thinking about some trees to put up. We're just thinking out loud of how we're going to do this, but a lot of thoughts. I mean, we just got one big blank canvas and we're just trying to paint it the way that we want it. But anyhow, I'm Preston, Kudzu Valley Farms. I'm out.